Before Achilles, before Hercules, before the heroes of the Bible, there was Gilgamesh, a king, a warrior, and a seeker of immortality. His story is not just the first great epic in literature. It's a mirror reflecting the human struggle with love, loss, and the meaning of life. Over 4,000 years ago, in the fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, stood the mighty city of Uruk. Its walls towered above the plains, built, as legend says, by King Gilgamesh himself, 2/3 god, 1/3 man. The Epic of Gilgamesh is not just a myth. It's the oldest known piece of epic literature, recorded on clay tablets in cuneiform script. Discovered in the ruins of Nineveh in the 19th century, these ancient texts reveal a story that feels startlingly modern about friendship, the fear of death, and the quest for meaning. Gilgamesh was no ordinary king. Ancient Sumerian records describe him as unmatched in strength and beauty, yet flawed, arrogant, and oppressive toward his people. His power was divine, but his humanity was complicated. The people of Uruk prayed to the gods to save them from their king's tyranny. Their cries reached the heavens, and the gods decided to create a rival, someone who could match Gilgamesh's strength and perhaps teach him humility. From clay and the breath of life, the gods formed Enkidu, a wild man, covered in hair, living among the beasts of the steppe. He was nature's child, untouched by civilization. But word of Enkidu reached a hunter, who feared this wild man was disturbing his traps. To tame him, the hunter sought the help of Shamhat, a temple priestess. For 6 days and 7 nights, Shamhat taught Enkidu the ways of humanity, food, drink, and love. By the end, the beast fled from him, for he was now a man. Enkidu traveled to Uruk, where he confronted Gilgamesh. The two fought fiercely, shaking the city walls, but neither could defeat the other. In that moment, something changed. They laughed. They embraced. They became brothers in spirit. Gilgamesh's arrogance softened. For the first time, he had an equal and a friend. Together, they sought adventure and glory. Their first great quest took them to the cedar forest, home to the monstrous guardian Humbaba. This was no ordinary journey. The cedar forest was sacred, forbidden to mortals. After days of travel and dreams sent by the gods, they faced a beast. With courage and strength, they struck Humbaba down. But their victory came with a cost, for the gods were not pleased that mortals had slain their appointed guardian. Returning to Uruk in triumph, Gilgamesh caught the eye of Ishtar, goddess of love and war. She offered herself to him in marriage, promising riches and power. But Gilgamesh refused, mocking her past lovers, each one ruined by her affection. Enraged, Ishtar sent the bull of heaven to destroy Uruk. The beast trampled the fields, killing hundreds. But once again, Gilgamesh and Enkidu fought side by side, slaying the divine creature. This was the last victory they would share. The gods had seen enough. For their defiance, they decreed that one of the two heroes must die. The choice fell on Enkidu. Struck by a fatal illness, he lay in bed for 12 agonizing days, cursing the day he became human. Gilgamesh wept as his friend's body grew cold. His grief turned to terror. If even mighty Enkidu could die, what chance did he have? In that moment, Gilgamesh's heart was consumed by one thought: to find the secret of eternal life. Leaving Uruk behind, Gilgamesh wandered through deserts, mountains, and the edges of the known world. He faced lions, crossed deathly waters, and finally found Utnapishtim, the survivor of the Great Flood, the man granted immortality by the gods. Utnapishtim told him the truth. Immortality is not for mortals, but as a gift, he revealed the location of a plant that could restore youth. Gilgamesh found it, clutching hope in his hands, until a serpent stole it away. The gift was gone. Broken but wiser, Gilgamesh returned to Uruk. He looked upon its towering walls, the city he had built, and realized this was his true legacy, not eternal life, but the works he left behind. The epic ends not with victory, but with understanding that to be human is to live, to love, and to leave something behind for those who come after. The Epic of Gilgamesh is more than a story. It's a 4,000-year-old reflection of our deepest fears and desires. It asks the same questions we still ask today. What does it mean to be a friend? How do we face death? And what makes a life worth living? In Gilgamesh, we see the first hero and the first human being to ask, What will remain of me when I am gone?